Okay, so we're going to discuss how to get the authorization tickets and also how to get the seal codes. So the test coordinator has to print the authorization tickets and provide that to the room supervisor the morning of the test. So let's talk about how to do that. So you're going to go to testing, you're going to go to sessions, and remember, your sessions will be not prepared. All right, so make sure that it says not prepared. And so you're going to go to, so let's say you want to use Veal right here. TC1 Veal, room 212, that has 2 students. And so you're going to go to the task pane. You're going to click on Show Students in Sessions and Control Sessions. And then notice in the session list right here, you have the room name right here, or the session list name. And you can click on it. The students will show up here. But here's where you go. So you're going to go to Resources. So under Resources, you can print where it says Student Authorization Tickets. So you can print for this section. And you can also print Selected for this section. So if you click on Print All for this session, that's going to print all of them. If you just want to print just one of them, go to Resources, and you're going to click Print Selected for this session, which means that it will only print the one that's checked off. But you're probably going to want to print all of them. So notice I didn't check anything, so I'm just going to print all of them, right? So you're going to go Print All for this session, click on this, and there's the 2 student authorization tickets. You could print one per page. You could print multiple per page like this. That's how it looks. You could print in a grid format, which look like the multiple per page. You could print in list. All right, so that is how you would get the student authorization ticket. You could also, let me go back to test sessions. So let's say you want to print all of these right here. So all these 3 that says not prepared, just picking some examples here. So you're gonna print more than one session. So you're gonna go to Task Pane, click on Show Students in Sessions and Control Sessions, and then notice a Combined View right here. So you could do Combined View. So these are all the students, right? So you got to be a little bit careful here. So when I do that, let's see, it's not showing, so I guess you have to do each one individually. Yeah, so you're going to have to click on each room individually to get the authorization tickets. So I clicked on the first one where it says Banga. I'm going to click on Print All for this session. So there are the authorization tickets. You could print one per page. You could click multiple per page like that. You could click grid, just like this. You could do the list. Usually, though, what you're probably going to do is you may want to print one per page, so that way the students could use the bottom portion of the sheet for any scratch work. But remember, the authorization ticket must be picked up at the end of testing and sent back to ACT. All right, so that's how you could do the authorization tickets. Then if you click on the next one, those out room 121, you could print tickets for all of these students by just going to Resources and then click on Print All for this session. And again, you could go one per page, which is probably what you would need to do if the students are going to use that for scratch paper. And then multiple per page, the grid, and then list. Okay, so that is how you would print the authorization tickets. So you're going to, again, for a quick review, if you want to do all 3, rather than going each time and clicking one, you could do all 3 right here. Go to Show Students in Sessions and Control Sessions, and then go to right here where it says Resources, and then print all for the session, and then go one per page, multiple, and so on. Okay? All right. So that is how you would print the authorization tickets. Now, as a test coordinator, you could also print the seal codes, although I would not do that. That should be done the morning of the test by the room supervisor. But you could look at the seal codes or print the seal codes for the room supervisor. But you have to be careful. It's specific to that test for that session. So if you go to testing, go back to sessions, and let's say you want to do the 3 again. Right here that I have checked off, you're going to go to task, show students in session control sessions. Let's click on Banga right here, and then you see where it says resources, just the same way you went for the authorization tickets. Here are the seal codes. So click on seal codes, and then there are the seal codes for Banga. See right here it says session name, Banga. So these are Banga's seal codes. All right, now this is secure. If you do this, as a test coordinator you do this, you need to make sure that this is not stolen or lost, because then the students have access to all of those seal codes in advance. So I would let the room supervisor do the seal codes. All right, so that's how you could get the seal codes. And then you go to the next room, same thing, go to resources, and then do seal codes. And there are the seal codes for each of the tests. And notice up here the session name is Dozak Room 121. All right. So let's go to Veal. So Veal has 2 students. I'm going to the seal codes. Notice there's no print button, right? But if you right click and print, let's see, you could print it that way and then print the seal codes. All right. Okay. Now the test coordinator would do that. So let me go ahead and log in as a the room supervisor. The room supervisor would do the seal code. So let me go ahead and log in as a room supervisor so you'll see what the room supervisor sees. Okay, so I'm in as a room supervisor. So the room supervisor is going to do the same thing. The room supervisor is going to go to testing, go to sessions, and then there are the sessions. And so the room supervisor needs to find their session. So let's say it's my session. So I'm going to find my name. I'm going to click on the little box next to my name, to my session. And then I'm going to go to show students in sessions and control sessions. And then I'm going to click on the session list name so the students can show up. So I clicked on this. There are the students that showed up, right? So I'm going to go to resources. I'm going to click on seal codes. And when I click on seal codes, there are the seal codes for my test, for my session. So for my session, there's English, math, reading, and science. All right, so let's do this again. So as a room supervisor, let me go to home. The room supervisor would click on testing, go to sessions. So the room supervisor is going to see all the sessions that the test coordinator created. So the room supervisor needs to find their session. So let's say it's it's a standard time foreman. So I click on the little box. Then I'm going to go to the task pane, go to show students in sessions and control sessions. All right, you got to click on the session list name for the students to show up. So click on this. Students showed up, and then you go to resources and you click on seal codes, and then there are the seal codes, and notice the session name. Make sure that that's the correct session name. And then there are the seal codes for English, math, reading, and science for this session right here. Standard time, foreman 103. All right, so that is how you're going to get the authorization tickets and also the seal codes. If you have any questions, let me know.